Yeah. So he says they were basically underhanding it to him.
Well,
Like, where does that even come from?
well,
You
let's
hear,
should we play it and then
yeah,
okay.
This is gonna be crazy. Babe Ruth never existed is one that I like. Oh my God. Really? He never existed. I heard some pitcher with the Mariners, what's his name? Salcedo? You remember him? Salcedo, yeah, lefty. I think he did some podcast on Zoom when he was like going down the rabbit hole with somebody about how Babe Ruth never existed. I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like,
You're gonna double down right now?
well, it's like we always talk about how like the game's
Oh, now he's
evolving
getting
and
serious
like
about it.
people might as well have been like underhanding the ball to that guy, and
there it
he's
is.
regarded still as one of the best players ever, and um, you might as well dive further into it and be like, well, maybe he just never existed.
I love it.
That's great.
Okay. Um, so the first thing I think is interesting is this generation wears conspiracy theories like clothing. Like they just, you know what I mean? It's like this will be a cool thing to say, or it's not even like they actually believe in it, like flat Earth or something. It's like it's almost
Yeah,
like it's a way of being like a rebellious. It's like it's going to the extreme of rebellion, you know?
yeah,
So it's so interesting because he's kind of saying the reason why I say that is he's saying it as a ridiculous thing to say, but, but at the same time, watch this. So wait, let's
The
see if
Mariners,
let me see. Okay, here. So
Babe Ruth never existed is one that I like. Oh my God. Really? He never existed.
okay, right there. He goes, yeah. Wait, so you actually believe that, or I mean, let's just play that again. That yeah, okay.
okay.
Never existed.
I don't think
Yeah.
he's being serious.
Wait. Let's just play that yeah again. Hold on.
Really? He never existed.
Okay, but I also want to play. Listen to the guy in the background going, "No!" That is the proper reaction.
Yeah,
That's literally there's one person in that crowd who responds correctly. Watch, listen. It's like a moan of like he got hit in the gut. Listen.
yeah.
Really? He never existed. I heard
Did you hear it?
No, I didn't.
The guy in the background, he goes, "No!"
I didn't hear it.
Oh my God.
I don't
Anyways,
think he's. I don't think he's being serious.
really? He never
I think.
existed.
Yeah, I think it's just cool to hate on old players, and so he's going a step further and saying he never existed. I think he's joking.
yeah, and
But
that's what I
what
mean
he's
by
not joking about, is I think he really believes they were basically underhanding it. I think he
yeah.
believes that, and most people believe that today.
And to be fair, I believed that. And
Okay, so what that makes me think is like, I know people. It's really simple. I know people today that didn't grow up in travel ball, didn't do all the weights and the special drills. They grew up throwing, and that's all they did. They didn't do any special programs or anything. Uh, and they threw in the 90s. I've met people who aren't even in the big leagues, and that's kind of their background, and they throw high 80s, 90s. I'm not saying like I've met a ton of people like that, but I've met a few. Like I played in South Africa one season, and they were the hardest thrower in the league threw through low to mid 90s, and they said over there that he just skipped rocks his whole life, and
Interesting.
that's how he threw 90. Did that not happen back in the 20s and 30s? Like, what did we evolve? What? Why would that not happen back then?
Well, there are a few points to bring up. First of all, let's just establish speed is not everything. And by the way, Babe Ruth didn't have a problem with speed.
Yeah,
Babe Ruth and Ted Williams had a problem with junk. Junk is
yeah,
going to be better when you spend your youth playing sandlot ball. If you spend
yeah,
your youth just trying to throw hard, that's going to lead to a different person, different pitcher than somebody who has junk. And personally, the best pitching I ever faced was junk. It was a
yeah,
and I mean they wrapped me up. I'm thinking of one particular guy. I never found out who it was. It was in summer ball, and I if I had any sort of brain at the time, I would have like seriously like I can't believe I didn't do this. It was the best pitching I ever faced. I was off by like a full second in my timing. The guy had me, and he wasn't throwing hard. He was
yeah,
mixing up the pitches, and it was the most masterful pitching. For some reason, I was swinging, like I said, a second early or a second late.
yeah.
I was just totally owned, and I had never felt that before. That wasn't speed. Um, and if you do your homework and read up on it, Ruth really didn't have a problem with speed. And I don't think he'd have a problem with today's pitchers. Secondly, uh,
Well,
I
people
think,
would say if you say he didn't have a problem with speed, people would say, well, yeah, they didn't throw that hard back then.
well, but I'm saying he didn't have a problem with, so if they threw, I'm not conceding that they didn't throw hard. I think over, we over, we underestimate how hard they threw for sure. And,
Well, yeah,
but if he, I'm just saying, if he came into today's pitching, I mean, the harder you throw, the farther it goes.
yeah,
He's just gonna get ready sooner. You know what I mean? Like if, and again, I'm not conceding they were faster. I mean, we have no way to prove that. And one thing I wanted to say is Major League Baseball had been around for 40 years by this time. If you look at I think every sport goes through a sweet spot. Because if you look at like the advent of Jack Nicklaus, who I think is the best golfer of all time, if you look at Wayne Gretzky, if you look at Michael Jordan, these guys came along around 40 to 50 years after the professional sport had started.
yeah,
Ruth is right in that time.
yeah,
I think basically the money comes along and uh, um kind of adulterates the whole process, like puts a system into how to train people. Whereas prior to that coming, um, it's more of
yeah,
a natural way of developing. Kids are kind of free to create and free to be creative, free to do what they. But after that, it's like adults get involved, money gets involved, and adulterates the whole system.
yeah,
And I don't expect I don't really expect someone as young as you to realize that money can, like, as you get older, you realize, oh, money actually can come in and screw things up. And that's why you do hear older people say, like in the good old days, I think specifically they're talking about how money will kind of come in and just mess things up. I mean, it'll take a
yeah,
field where kids used to play sandlot ball and it'll turn it into a shopping center. And it's like, was that really good for humanity or was that good for the corporations? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Anyways, um, uh, I should probably introduce who you are.
Uh,
Um, so real
yeah.
quick, I will, and then so John plays pro ball in Switzerland. I'm not Sweden, sorry.
Sweden. It's semi-pro. but yeah,
semi-pro ball in Sweden.
in Sweden, yeah.
And I'm playing video now of you hitting lefty. So you've been working on a lot of the stuff that I espouse for many years.
Yeah,
You sort of espouse a lot of the similar stuff, and
yeah,
you have switched and really given lefty a true go. And
yeah.
so this is John Michael Johnson, and we had a conversation about 6 years ago, I want to say now, and I posted that. So we do this every 6 years.
Yeah, geez, that went quick, man.
Yeah.
That was a fast 6 years.
And so now here we are. I mean, I think you were playing college ball at the time, maybe just started,
Yeah, yeah,
and things are different. I think I was in my garage when we first talked. Now I'm in my own facility, which you helped, and I'm so thankful for. You came by and helped me put it up.
yeah, yeah.
Did some painting. Um,
Put the rig up.
oh my God, dude. If I was any good at telling stories, that would definitely have some good stories that I could
Yeah,
tell.
dude, that was insane.
That
We almost
rig,
dropped. We almost dropped that thing. We almost broke. Well, I guess the walls are concrete, but that would have been really bad.
it would have been really bad because
But
I think it would have hit the floor, and the
yeah,
flooring is the most expensive thing I have here,
yeah.
and I think it would have made a hole in the flooring.
But your workers knew that it wasn't gonna fall. That's the thing. How did they
Dude,
know?
the craziest. That's one of those. That's really
They were
one of those
like, "Come
crazy
on,
moments.
Gringo, just let go. It'll be fine."
Everything was weird about that visit too, because you came at a time, literally the whole winter was pretty sunny and nice. And for the
Yeah,
3 days that you were here, it literally didn't snow at all except for the 3 days that you were here.
yeah,
It was just a weird little time. Hopefully next time you
yeah,
come, it won't be it'll be nicer weather because it's a completely different place when it's nicer
yeah,
weather.
yeah. It was nice to see snow.
Was
I
it?
grew up with snow. I haven't seen it in a while, so yeah, it was nice.
All right. Well, so I mean, here's your swing lefty. Like it looks, it still looks maybe like this position makes me think like there, I don't know, it just looks a little uncomfortable maybe sometimes.
Yeah, it's crazy that you can see that. It is a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not whipping around very fast. Like there's a point where I kind of get caught,
Huh.
but
But the positions themselves, like
yeah.
like that's just solid and it's very lead side pull, obviously.
Yeah.
In the
I'm kind of
positions like
surprised. I'm kind of surprised that you could see that because I am a little uncomfortable.
yeah. And I think that will come in time.
Yeah.
But like this position here, like that's that's just a nice position. It's like you're thrusting your body into it and you're well connected. And look at that. That's sweet, man.
Yeah.
So I mean not everyone has to transition to their other side, but I do recommend people swing from the other side to just to get a feel for what lead side even feels like. A lot of people don't even feel it until they get into their other swing. And would you say it's helped you with your regular swing at all to feel?
With my righty swing, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely helped.
I feel like it does too. I take probably more swings lefty. Maybe it might be 50-50,
Yeah.
um, but I do feel like it helps the other
Yeah.
side.
I haven't been doing lefty long, but I think I was 4 for 10 before today, and today I went three. I was either 2 or 3 for 7.
Left and lefty.
Yeah, and my honestly, I think I was batting like 220 righty before I started hitting lefty. So I'm kind of. It usually shows the batting average in the corner, and I'm scared if you post it, someone the batting average is really low. But it's because I just started lefty, and it's going a lot better than righty.
Is it
Yeah,
even better than righty? Now, so are you batting lefty against all righties and righty against all lefties?
yeah. Well, there's not very many lefties in our league, so I don't get to bat righty much. But
But pretty much that's what you're doing. Like if there's a righty pitcher, you're just going lefty.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
insane.
yeah. Well, it's really nice to not have to face same side arm. Like it's nice to be done with that forever. It's pretty nice.
I mean, had I had any brain, again, going back to having no brain in my teenage and early 20s, like that is such the obvious move. It basically was a big reason why I wanted to quit baseball. I never saw enough pitches to get comfortable with the curveball coming at my head. And then I went and played D1 down south for College of Charleston. And that's when I saw real pitching, you know?
Yeah,
And that was speed, which
yeah.
I think people overblow speed. I'm not saying speed isn't difficult to hit,
It
but
is difficult. It's
it's
difficult to
it's
hit.
very difficult. When you up it 5 miles an hour, like that's a big deal.
Yeah,
And that's probably what happened to me. It was probably only a change of like 5 miles an hour. But maybe 10. But and it made a big deal, but I mean it was a big deal. However, if you just have experience with it, it becomes not that big a deal.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if you just see enough pitches.
You can put the same swing. If you have a good swing, you can put the same swing on a really hard pitch that you could. Yeah, I don't like that people think they threw 70 back then. Like going back to that.
Yeah, it's just not
I don't think
it's
that's
not
true. It's not true.
it's
That
not true.
no. I mean, like I said, there are people. I've met people today that just pick up a ball and throw their whole lives. There's nothing special. Like they don't do anything special, and they can throw 90, and that happened back then. I think it's because the footage looks so weird, or it's
Clowny. It looks
yeah,
clown. And can I tell you another thing that needs to be discussed? And damn, if I had some connections to Hollywood, I'd be pushing this so hard. Is Ruth has never been respected. Ruth
yeah,
has never been respected, not by the managers after he quit and wanted to be, or not by the owners when he quit and he wanted to be a manager, and then by Hollywood. All the movies of Ruth have portrayed him as an ogre who's just a dumb, like, dude, he was a very competitive, serious athlete. And people think, oh, if you can play back then and eat 6 hot dogs, you don't
yeah,
understand. The guy was
yeah,
a special person. Um,
yeah. I thought when you said Hollywood, I thought you were gonna start talking about like how movies have like influenced how we want to look in sport. You know, like all the fight scenes and stuff like that.
oh, like if you're not chiseled, then you're not an athlete.
Not chiseled, but like I don't know. In the 70s and 80s, their swings that they didn't really look flashy, you know. And I don't really know where I'm going with this, but like the fight scenes in the 80s and 70s and 80s were really cheesy. You know what I mean? Like they didn't really look smooth. Like if you watch Karate Kid from the 80s, it like the fight scenes don't really look that cool. But
Yeah,
nowadays, if you watch like the Avengers or like a movie with a lot of fighting, the
yeah.
fighting looks pretty like it looks pretty cool. And we play sports like that now. I don't think that's a coincidence.
What do you mean we play sports like that now?
Like the swings today they look worse in one way mechanically, but like they look more dramatic. And
That's it. I really think that's it. People assume positions are good through the swing because of like, because you ever notice they get into this position. Like this is kind
yeah.
of like the contact position dude,
It's the Star Wars position.
dude, I kind of like that came to my head kind of jokingly like 5 years ago. And
Yeah.
since then I've been like, no, that is
And
it.
that
We live in like a
and that fools people.
yeah.
That fools people.
And I think essentially this is a different way to look at it, but I think that people look at technology and they assume that human beings are going a parallel evolution with technology. In other words, our movement or our knowledge of movement is kind of riding a parallel evolution with technology. And if they look at the cars back then and the video, which is so ridiculously sped up, and so they see
Yeah.
this lack of technology and they assume, oh, well, human movement is the same, you know?
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
look at like the NFL or the NBA footage and they equate that. That's a different thing. You know, a lot of that footage with the NBA, like that was literally the start of the NBA. Like if we had the
Yeah.
start of baseball back in 1880, like that footage probably wouldn't be that good. But like I said, Ruth came along, baseball had been around for 40, professional baseball had been around for 40 years. You don't think kids were scrambling to play professional baseball rather than work in the mines and rather than work in, you know, the farms and stuff like that? Like they were, not to mention they were playing a ton of sandlot ball.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best preparation for playing
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
So it's my point isn't even so much that like we were throwing the same speed. Like we always get off on this we're throwing. My point is just we need to way more respect these guys from the past. And obviously the reason why I'm so passionate about it is because I made that mistake too.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. You know, when I was 19, I had a conversation about this with a guy, a friend who was a teammate who was very perceptive, way more kind of an old soul kind of person. He was the first one to even mention that Babe Ruth should probably be, because we all went around, we were talking about who, you know, it was a bunch of baseball players. We were having some drinks after a game, and the question came up, who's the greatest of all time? And, you know, I was saying probably, I don't know who I said at the time, but I'm trying to think who I would. I said no one before 1970. Like I didn't
Yeah.
know my history and I didn't respect those guys. So, and he said Babe Ruth, and everyone laughed and I laughed and I couldn't believe it. And he was the first one. And I didn't believe him at the time. It would take like 10 years before I really started, you know, um, coming around on that. But the big thing he mentioned that kind of made me think twice at that time was that he stole home 10 times and that he was actually a pretty good base stealer. I was
Hmm.
like, wait a second. That just threw me for a loop because I had believed all the things that the movies said, you know, that he was just, you know, whatever, like just a fat, out of shape. And I've since read like 10 biographies on Ruth, you know, and
Hmm.
he was uh he was a fierce competitor. He was no
Yeah.
joke, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're really far from giving those players respect, like the culture. It's not even close. You're
No.
really in the you're really in the minority if you think Babe Ruth could play today. I'm thinking of that video you posted a reel recently of him taking a pitch
Mm-hmm.
and he like shifts a ton of weight
Mm-hmm.
and then takes a pitch
Yep.
like that.
People don't respect
Pe-
they. Yeah,
people don't know what that is. They don't know what that is. They don't know what he's doing. And same with the stride video you posted. You posted a video of the stride.
future stride.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. People don't know what that is. Like when Babe Ruth took the pitch out on his front leg like that, they're imagining he's spent his whole swing and pulling off and shifting weight. So they imagine that he's spent. But what they don't know is he has a lead side action. So he's landing. He still has all his potential behind him, and he can take the pitch, or he hasn't gotten his swing off. He has his whole swing. You know what I mean?
it's funny, man. Like I've been in this game for so long that I really have a good ability to kind of step back and see where the culture is. And
Yeah.
we are everything is kind of all of everyone's ideas are built around the ideas they're coming into it with. Like they are stuck on a good swing is not shifting weight kind of mentality. So like that is another reason why they look at old footage and they're like, "Oh, everyone must have sucked because these guys are able to shift weight." But they need to change their whole paradigm and understand that no, just your assumptions, many of your assumptions are just wrong. Like this idea that you can't shift weight, it's like,
Yeah.
well, then you're not going to get as much power as you can. I
Yeah.
mean, bottom line.
But also with today's swing, with the swing that's popular, if you shift weight with that swing, it actually is bad with that, with the
Right.
wrong action.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. Like all of their what they accept as truth is based on what they are coming into it with
Yeah.
as their truth.
Yeah.
And so
With
they only let in certain information.
yeah.
So
With the
that's
popular
why I think
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt, but that's why I
You're
think
good.
it's so important that we do respect the guys who came before. Because with that respect will come a flow of information that is counter to what you believed prior, but it's it's more true. But
Yeah.
no one's going to be able to accept it if they're closed-minded and thinking these guys have nothing to offer. And that
Yeah.
is what they're saying. If you disrespect these guys as just, oh, they played an inferior game, well, you're closing yourself off to all the amazing
Yeah.
stuff that they actually have to give us.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't really see it changing anytime soon. Like I think we're pretty far in that direction. But yeah, with the swing that's popular now, shifting weight would be bad. Rotating would be bad
Yeah,
with the swing of
exactly.
today. So
Exactly.
when you're saying rotate into the hit, they're like, okay, now let's discount this guy because
Right. This
you
whole
know,
idea of I see it all the time on social media of rotation being bad. Like the idea, and look, I used to have all these ideas too. People think
well,
like
if,
you don't
if your swing
understand.
if your swing is bad, then rotation is bad.
True, because with rotation, you're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
But
Um,
with a good swing, it's the engine of the swing, and the bat is aligned. And
yeah.
rotating means I'm squaring the bat up.
Yeah. Yeah. It goes back to like if you're not accepting if you're coming to it with certain preconceived ideas, none of the information will enter your mind because you'll
Yeah,
just you'll shrug it off as just, you know,
yeah,
false information. Um, I don't know.
yeah. And if 2% of the population throws like is right-handed, throws righty, and bats lefty, like that means most hitters are righty, so their dominant arms in the back. Um, so yeah, the stuff you're saying is just going to sound so foreign and you know, if you're right-handed and your dominant arms in the back, or left-handed and your dominant arms in the back, your perception is is in your dominant arm. I don't know.
Yeah, 100% it
It,
is. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
So
you know what, man?
and swing instruction is catered to that, to like back arm dominance,
Yeah.
because everyone is back arm dominant, and everyone's a righty thrower. What if everyone today was right-handed and batted lefty? Like, what if most players had
What
that
if
trait?
we
Swing instruction would be different.
what if coaches in Little League said, "What hand do you throw with or what hand do you write with, son?" And whatever hand they said, they made that the lead arm. What if that happened?
Yeah,
That alone would completely change.
it would change everything.
Like
2% have the right-handed throwing lefty hitting trait. I can't remember how many major leaguers have it, but then 32% of Hall of Famers.
12% of major leaguers have it.
Yeah,
32% of Hall of Famers. So there's
that's
not just,
insane.
I
From
mean,
2% of the population
to 32.
of Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, that's because a lot of people don't understand this and they say, well,
They talk
if
about
you're
it as if it's some like rare, like as if everyone couldn't do that if they started off from a young age batting on the side with the dominant arm in front. Like, that's what I was taught growing up. Is like it's weird to throw righty and bat lefty, and the people who do it are like special cases. But everyone can do it.
for sure.
Yeah,
I uh I have taken so many swings with my mind in my backside.
yeah,
You know, you alluded to that, and that's a definitely an issue. And it's, I spent what, 35 years, 40 years doing that. And so even the guy who espouses lead side, I still have a problem of putting my mind more in my lead side when I swing.
yeah,
And I've been working on it for, I don't know, a decade now.
yeah,
It's actually, I feel like it's kind of reaching a change now where I am actually able to feel the lead side control the action.
yeah,
This doesn't mean you can't make a change quickly. I'm just saying the mind is still oftentimes kind of wanting to overexert with the backside or just thinking of it in terms of my backside controlling the move. It's a big
yeah,
shift. I mean, we take for granted handedness. We grab everything, we push everything throughout the day. We throw the whatever we're carrying over our dominant shoulder. And like people don't realize like how much you're using the dominant side and how much that is actually training your body
yeah,
until you actually pin down your dominant hand for a day and force
yeah,
yourself to do everything with your non-dominant hand. It's a big deal,
yeah,
you know. But
yeah.
anyways, we're out of time. We have a couple minutes.
Okay,
But
okay.
anyways, this was I mean, we could go on like
Yeah,
there are a billion rabbit holes to go down.
yeah. We were pretty. I feel like we were pretty scattered. Not that that's bad, but
Yeah, we're
there's
pretty
there's
scattered.
always more stuff to talk about.
I mean,
I don't really feel satisfied, to be
no, I know.
honest.
But
We
well,
need to hit on some of the controversial stuff. Like we need to like argue back at some of the stuff you're getting on Instagram. That's what I was thinking.
100%. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
You want people to follow you on Instagram, or would you rather just let it go?
Let it go.
All right. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. John
Yeah.
Michael Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate it, brother.
Hey, if the lefty thing gets better, I'm gonna start going by Jan Johnson.
Bam Bam Jan.
Oh, jeez.
No, Bam Bam Johnson. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey,
all
please
right.
cut this.
Cut this.
Please cut it.
What do you mean?
Like, well, cut some snippets of it. I don't know. There were some. I felt like there were some pretty brutal parts.
No, I thought it was great.
Okay.
I mean, no, not
All
at
right.
all. I think it's great.
Do what you want, but definitely cut the end.
You don't like Bam Bam Johnson?
No, I don't know, man. Do what you want. Yeah.
All right.
That's funny. All right, man.
All right, brother.
Okay, later.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye bye.